The following is a presentation of the Chicago Wolves.
A quick turnaround for the Chicago Wolves. They're back at it again. A good team, the Manitoba Moose, is in town. Hello again, everybody. Pat Foley with Billy Gardner. It's a tough assignment for the Chicago Wolves today. Manitoba is good, and they are rested. They did not play last night, so the Wolves will be asked to come back here on short notice to try to complete a weekend sweep. A pair of 24-year-old netminders in our All-State goaltender matchup this afternoon. Robert Gherson has not played in the last 7 games for the Wolves. This will be only his second start of calendar year 08.
Today is a hockey day. The weather outside, that cool Canadian brisk air, and you got a Canadian team in.
These guys got to, Winnipeg, they got to feel right at home.
They were talking about, they were hoping to get away from their weather.
All right, we're underway now. As a shot back into the Wolves' zone, and immediately Arniel making a change, not liking the matchup. The Brian Little line opening for the Wolves. Sippets threw it to center. Jimmy Sherrow put it to the middle of the ice, and Oystrick pound it in. Sherrow challenged by Sterling, tried to clear it, didn't get out. Sterling drives to the goal, looks to center. Oh, and it just deflected before reaching Little, and then the puck shot out of the zone. Martin's the other way. Now Sterling pulls up, threw it across. Schultz takes a look. Coming on a change. Oh, and Little's drive up off the glass.
A nice feed through a seam, and everyone just standing still, and Schultz able to find Little.
Runaway tees up along Slapper. Blocker save. Oh, that went through Gherson and somehow did not go in the net.
Seemed like the rebound caromed off his blocker, hit Bolduc, and then almost went back towards the empty side of the net.
Well, we'll get a chance to take a look, because this is going to be icing.
And a good hard shot, though, through traffic, and that's why you drive to the net. You take a defenseman with you, and it sometimes will give a goaltender trouble with the vision. Hard, long shot. Genoa gets it through, hits the blocker, squirts to his left, and actually it hits Brian Fahey on the way by. And misses the net. This is Sterling at the other end of the ice. He goes across the ice to Schultz. I mentioned everybody watching Schultz. See 4 jerseys almost in the box. And Brian Little came flying down the opposite side. Did a good shot, just missed.
Rebound, they score on the initial shot from Fahey. The rebound off McIntyre and the Wolves. Little gives them the lead.
Jesse Schultz, instrumental in this game so far. Has touched the puck quite a bit, very involved, and you'll get a helper on this, I believe. Brian Little just showed the replay of his opportunity. Well, this time he makes no mistake, has an empty net. His 7th goal, and this line has been flying, probably because of Schultz. Starts with a face-off win, Little back to the point. You got Brett Sterling isolated, and you see the 2 of them driving to the net. I'm not sure, yeah, it has to be Little. He's got a stick in the air. Doesn't look like Sterling is.
Tunis could not reach that one. Lewis did. Conley taking a look. It looked like he's going to pass it over to the corner. Nice play. The kid's starting to show a little bit more poise. And
Absolutely.
you've talked about this, Billy. Really the last couple of weeks, this play has just gotten better and better for the most part.
No doubt about it.
A rebound and it was a shot off the side. Maybe McIntyre got a piece of that Giroux opportunity. Fortunas now.
The Moose on the 2-on-1 situation and driving on the opposite side like we were talking about earlier was Brown. Good speed right to the net.
Wiatkowski going in deep, turns in behind, got McIntyre down, and takes a look in front for Lewis. And a save by McIntyre, rebound, just jumped loose. And now Little able to keep it in. LaValle can hold the feed from Crab. Oystrick it in there, and that is going to finish the first period. 9 shots on goal for the Wolves, 7 for the Moose. Oh, then a little skirmish now as LaValle seemed to get tangled with Hansen, and the linesman very quickly getting into the neighborhood to keep those 2 from getting together. All right, underway in the second period now. As the Wolves get it to center. Good pass by Schultz. Here comes Sterling. He could put it to the left net. Quick shot from Oystrick, deflected wide.
Sacrifice of the body by Schultz, knowing that the pinching man was going to hit him.
Schultz bails out his point man to get back there at the line. Able to keep it in. He's got it again now. Schultz finding Oystrick. Here it comes, but didn't get through. Sterling was taken down in behind. Fortunas bothered by a little. Finally, the puck cleared out of the zone. Hidar couldn't get a bouncer to settle down. And a first penalty of the game will give the Moose a power play, but Keane got it in front. Oh, Bolduc shot good. Save from post to post by Gherson.
First power play, wow.
I think the first period today was the first time we've had a penalty-free period all year. I don't think it's ever happened before.
I think it's unusual too when you have tired teams that have played quite a bit. Usually you take more penalties because you're lazier.
And you saw the Wolves penalty king. How about that? They're all the way up to third best in the league. Here's a Dole steal. Looking to move in short-handed. Trying to wait for help, but the Moose got enough back in time to break up the opportunity. And the Wolves penalty killing season long now all the way up to third in the league. Well, that'll happen when you give up 5 out of 51. The Wolves of late, brilliant in the PK, only 5 against in 51 times short. That's over a stretch of 8 games. This one goes out of play.
And this good streak, you look at 2 numbers, I think, and if you see that teams are up in those areas, you know they are a team that has to be reckoned with and should be at the top of their division. Power play second, penalty killing third. It doesn't get much better than that. And this is a team that we know has played very well lately. They were getting solid goaltending, stronger defense, not giving up as many opportunities, so a couple of good combinations.
The Moose in the middle of the pack with both of their special teams. Sippets on his backhand, able to get it out.
Strong play off the glass, forcing Fortunas to backpedal out of the zone.
He's got it now, Maxime Fortunas going up the middle, and here come the Moose ripping. Gets the line, weaves across, trying to pass behind Seamack. And now the Wolves get control. They're going to have a 3-on-1. Krog is the trigger man. Takes a look, wants to center, tough pass in front. Oh, Oyster trying to set up a teammate, but Lavallee couldn't finish it. He was in very deep.
They just ended up being too tight to the net. If that play's going to develop, it has to happen sooner to give more room to make the decisions, and just ran out of space. No shot on net. That's too bad.
But also, I don't think there was a shot on goal. The power play over, and what a PK job on the Wolves. Really the best chance of that Winnipeg power play was for Chicago. Now a loose puck popped away from Gherson. It's held in at the line. Hansen checked along the boards. Into the corner goes Labrie. Rolled it out to the line. Sherrow's long shot never got through. Labrie. Taken away by Balavic.
Joey Catch hurting. He blocked.
Oh, the stick came up and dropped Martins. Oh, a really tough break for Stevie Martins. Inadvertent stick. And a couple of guys in the neighborhood. Martins was dropped, but he stays in the play. Oh, a redirect. What a save. A best of the game by Gherson on a Hansen tip. And the game remains 1-0 Chicago. Cleared off the boards. Did that hit Lewis up in the beak? It looked like it might have. And eventually it does wind up at center. Lewis is back there. He had his feet taken from under him. A penalty. And the Wolves will get their first power play of the game.
Seamack forced, got his stick down low as he was trying to use his upper body to push Lewis into the boards, but his stick was first, and that took the feet out from Lewis. And Lewis made a nice attempt to keep the play alive, as we were just talking about prior, as the puck came off the glass, and I think it hit him very high. And this line, Little's line, continues to impress with their play down low. This is the penalty, stick between the legs, dropping Lewis down. The Wolves finally on a power play.
And speaking of hot, the Wolves power play has been great of late. The Wolves have scored a power play goal in 8 straight games. That's within 1 of a team record. And in these last 8 games, 14 power play goals for Chicago, 14 out of 52. Going against a middling penalty kill, as you can see there in the middle of the pack. Keep it here by Oystrick. In behind is Giroux, looking to center, deflected away from Hadar to Krog. Oystrick sneaking in. There's Hadar. He's got Oystrick. Oh, and he couldn't hold the pass. Now Giroux trying to one-timer, but whiffed. And it's held in by Fahey. Oystrick hanging on to it. Tipped it back to Fahey, who will move it with a wrist shot off the mark. Krog for Hadar. Now back to Fahey. Then Oystrick. Hadar with a slap shot and a save with no rebound by McIntyre.
Interesting selection from Darren Hadar from that far out with no one around.
Well, I heard you talking about him not shooting the puck yesterday.
Exactly that. I actually mentioned it last night after the game to him too. But some nice plays up high, Hadar and Fahey, and then Fahey elected to shoot. But again, when you see that from a defenseman, you have to anticipate and hopefully read what he is thinking and get to the net, because the shot missed the net. No one was around to pick it up, because if that is the case, then you have to work extra hard to get the puck back in your possession.
Lewis coming out is unchallenged to center. Gets the line. Oh, that's going to be offside.
That was a tight one, very close. And Schultz again, that's the third time, I believe. Thought the timing was better on this with some speed through, but a clogged middle made it more difficult. That's why Lewis, after just getting across, released it. Was trying to go get it again. Still plenty of time for the Wolves to get in the offensive zone and set something up.
Lewis sending it. It's going to be held in by Kwiatkowski. Now Schultz in the corner. Kwiatkowski to Martins. He rings it around. Jesse Schultz has Martins to the front of the net. Put it to Lewis. Now Kwiatkowski has space. Oh, he couldn't hold the rolling puck. Martins goes back around, and Schultz pressured on the half boards. Got it to Little, cutting in, trying to get it to Martins. It was broken up, and McIntyre able to cover.
Thank you, nothing.
Penalty just ends, and now we got some sticks up in the air. Woof. Sterling
got about 3 whacks there.
Absolutely.
It's going to be 1 minor penalty, so they get a lot for their money here, the Moose, but they will be short-handed.
And even up is a call.
Although you do like to see what the Moose did there. I mean, if somebody takes a punch or a push at Mike Keane, they should be on that guy quickly, and they were.
Because he's old?
Because he's the captain? Well, yeah, I guess because he's old, too. But a highly respected guy, and well-deserving of that respect. Moran will try a long one that's blocked. The 4 skaters aside here. Good play by Oystrick, and the Wolves come out. Martins, 3-on-3 to the line. Fahey heading to the net. But deflected into the corner. And the Moose are going to get away from Martins, and they're going to have a 2-on-1, maybe a 3-on-1 break. Here's a chance, and a shot right on. It's handled with no rebound. Here's Brian Little. Hitting the line. Into the corner, and Jesse Schultz. Upped it back to Fahey, then Oystrick's one-timer never got through. Schultz. To Little. Sterling's back door, but there's Oystrick. His shot never got through all the traffic. And it's held in by Fahey. His drive, and a save. Good one in traffic by McIntyre.
Yeah, no rebound whatsoever. You just block it.
Which is underway. Ryan Sippets gave it to a turning Brian Little. Oystrick trying to go back to Little. Was at his feet. Fortunas for Manitoba. Over across to Rahimi. In it goes. Sippets finds Schultz. He missed it. And it's still it's a 1-goal game. And there's Hadar. Oh, he couldn't get rid of it before being checked. Giroux put it in front. There's a shot. Oh, Oystrick missed the target. Now Krog hacked it right to the blue paint. Now into the corner it goes. Hadar out to the line. Kwiatkowski to Hadar. Kwiatkowski sneaking into the front of the net. Krog for Kiwi. His shot stopped to Hadar. And it got to the line, but not over it. And referee Morton in perfect position.
I think McIntyre extended his stick on the goal line up against the post and was able to keep that out. Hadar, a very difficult angle to shoot, but he did, and I think it was on target. Krog on the back end is going to feed Kwiatkowski. His shot is redirected off the right pad. The angle tough, and yes, that was all the way to the goal line. What a play by McIntyre. That just shows you goaltenders, they never give up. Protecting the net, and what a play. In desperation, leaning back, stick first, what a stop.
Krog winning a draw. Kwiatkowski now feeds Krog. Giroux in front of the net. Hadar to Kwiatkowski, whose shot is blocked. Now Kwiatkowski got it over to Krog. Krog with a give and go, but another blocked by Mike Keane this time, and he got it out.
Two forwards on the ice, too, for Scott Arniel's club. Pat doing a heck of a job moving back and forth.
Good. Here's Krog. Oh, and his pass picked off. What a play by Keane, who cleared it the other way. Moose are going to get it. Their first penalty is over. They're one man short. Into the zone it comes, and Heshka pulls up, put it to the late man. Oh, and it jumped away from Rippon out to center.
And did he have some room?
Here's the steal by Sterling. Off the good. No, that's a penalty. Yeah, he took the man down. Pass and then nearly lost it. Sherrill getting it back. The Wolves penalty over. Here's Moran dropping it back. Genoway to Moran, driving right to the goal. Big shot, did they score? And no goal. Yes. It was knocked down with a high stick, says referee Morton. No goal. It's still 1-0 Wolves.
Good call. An excellent save by Gherson. I think this is a swat at the puck. Yeah, he's gone in a glove pass or a glove shot. Whatever you want, a dunk probably into the netting.
Robert Gherson and the Wolves trying to make that stand up. Oh, and a shot right on rebound. Oh, hacked wide by LaValle. What a job by Little to just fire that draw right to the net. Well, I should say, Little, that was Dole. Sorry, my bad. Kevin Dole did that. That looked like an offside play, but they go on. Oh, and they're pulling the goalie. 6 attackers for Manitoba, but this gives the Wolves a free shot from any place on the ice. They can fire it to the other end with no fear of icing, of course, being shorthanded. So 6 against 4 for Manitoba in their bid to tie the game. And Rippon battling with Vlahovic out in front. This just the 3rd power play of the game for the Moose. And the draw taken by Vlahovic, rolled and loose, empty net, chance, Wolves go able to score! Jason Krog with an empty net, short-handed goal he'll get credit for, 2-0. Puck captured by the Moose, the centering pass from Red. Now McIntyre does go off, they do get 6 attackers out. Here's Sherrill sneaking in, unloads. Gherson gobbling. Rippon got the draw, Sherrill. Now Moran back to Sherrill, the one-timer. Oh, just missed the far post. They hack it loose in behind, now winds up in the corner. Rippon back to Sherrill. Bounced away from him, but Martins couldn't get it as he lost his stick. Sherrill. Got it to Moran. He tried to center, quick shot, fluttered up off the glass, 9 seconds. They battle it loose. One more bid for the Moose, and a penalty call as Vlahovic was knocked out in front of the goal, and that's going to finish the game. The penalty's going to go against Manitoba here, and Robert Gherson is going to pick up his 2nd shutout of the season. Robert Gherson, just his 2nd start of 2008. Wow, I mean, he did have a couple of appearances in relief over the last month and a half, but a fabulous performance. Wow, how about the Wolves goaltending the last couple of weeks? Wow, Pavlik's been great, and Gherson equals that this afternoon, a 21-save shutout.
Number 1. The number 2 star with tonight's game-winning goal from the Chicago Wolves, number 28, Brian Little. tonight's #1 star with 21 saves for the Chicago Wolves, number 33, Robert Gherson.